Welcome to the GeForce DVD free with issue 7. In this latest edition, not only do we review Star Fox Adventures, there's over half an hour of exclusive bonus gameplay footage. See Nintendo's e-reader in action direct from the States, get the lowdown on GoldenEye contender Time Splitters 2, and stand the chance to win a GameCube and a Game Boy Advance. There's all that and more in the exclusive free GeForce DVD. Hi, welcome to the Code Junkies shop, where every issue we're giving you a guide to the best gaming gadgets around. And first up this issue, we're taking a look at the action replay for the GameCube. Now, I know the feeling, you're stuck on your favourite game, or you really can't be bothered to play through it 50 times to unlock the special features. And if you have that feeling, just like myself, then the action replay is probably right up your street. Now in the box, you get the software on CD and the action replay cartridge itself. All you have to do is pop the CD into the tray, put the cartridge into the memory card slot, power on, and this will take you to the menu screen. From here, you just navigate your way through the simple menu to select the name of the game you want to play, then choose from the selection of codes available. Action Replay contains hundreds of codes for virtually every GameCube game. There's infinite lives, health, ammunition. You can even unlock secret levels, play with the game physics, and much, much more. New games are coming out all the time, so if you've got a game that isn't featured here, you can simply call the Code Junkies hotline, where new codes are added each week. Lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or visit www.codejunkies.com. Now, the action replay for GameCube doesn't just let you cheat, it also lets you play import games from the USA or Japan without opening your GameCube up and invalidating your warranty. Action Replay for GameCube will cost you $29.99 and is available through our order line on 0845 601 0015, where our operators are waiting to take your call, or place your order online at www.codejunkies.com. Now, if you're one of those hardcore gamers that don't like to cheat but still like to play import games from the States or Japan, then Freeloader for GameCube may be more your cup of tea. Put this disc in your GameCube before inserting your game disc, and it'll let you play any game from anywhere. Not only that, but if you bought your GameCube from Japan or the States, it will let you even play UK games on your import console. Freeloader retails at just £19.99 and is available by calling the priority order line or visit Daytel Secure online store at www.codejunkies.com. Now, if you like your gaming on the move, then here's something you don't want to be without. It's the action replay for the Game Boy Advance, and like its next of kin, it's packed full of cheats for all the latest and greatest games. Now, what you do is plug your game cartridge into the action replay cartridge, plug that into your Game Boy Advance, and then you'll be presented with a menu screen. Select your game, and it will show you the codes available to perform all manner of cheats and tweaks. And if you have a game that isn't featured in the action replay, you can call the Code Junkies hotline or download the codes directly to your action replay using the PC link cable and software provided in the action replay box. Action Replay for Game Boy Advance retails at just £19.99 and is available from all leading games retailers, or you can call our priority hotline on 0845 601 0015, where lines are open 8 AM to 7 PM Monday to Friday, 9 AM to 3 PM Saturdays, and calls are charged at local rates. We'll see you next time.
On June 21st, the tradition...
Hey, that's not Simba!
His name is Stitch.
Oh, great! He's loose!
He's taken a police cruiser!
Yeah, he took the red one.
That crazy trog is about to make a jump!
Where is he?
A place called Hawaii.
Oh.
Hello? Are there any aminals in here?
This summer,
How?
Wow.
two worlds will collide, and paradise will never be the same.
All of our dogs are adoptable.
Except that one!
He got away?
And you must now bring him back.
Okay. No time!
Okay.
He's indescribable.
You sure it's a dog?
I think it might be a koala.
An evil koala.
Indestructible.
Blue patch buggy.
I want a status report.
Things are going well.
Indigestible.
Hey! Ew!
Fascinating, isn't it?
And completely irresistible.
We have to take him back.
What about Ohana? Ohana means family. Family means
Nobody gets left behind.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Lilo and Stitch.
In 1 week's time, the prophecy will be fulfilled.
A tyrant who enslaved a nation.
He will destroy us one by one.
Tomorrow my victory is complete.
A warrior who would become their only hope.
I know the prophecy. I have seen it.
They are the last of their kind. Skilled assassins. Trained for generations in the deadly art.
Will you stand alone before the fury of his armies?
Yes.
Take a breath. Take a dozen of your best men. Track him down. Kill him.
The Scorpion King.
Rated is the UK's only lifestyle magazine that comes with a free DVD every issue. Issue 6 is on shelves now. Inside the mag you can check out the all-time top 10 movie maniacs, Britain's most haunted places, and in-depth movie previews of Triple X, Star Trek Nemesis and Lord of the Rings The Two Towers. Meanwhile, the UK's best front cover disc finds Spider-Man swinging into action, courtesy of our spectacular Behind the Spin documentary and world-exclusive webisodes which include Tobey Maguire's original screen test. Also on the disc, the all-new 007 Die Another Day trailer, a first look at Eminem's 8 Mile, a fantastic feature on the latest Buffy the Vampire Slayer DVD, and an exclusive peek at PlayStation 2 top titles The Getaway and Tomb Raider. All in all, we think it's safe to say that you'll be blown into the stratosphere by the latest fully loaded edition of Rated. Available now at all good newsagents or online at www.cojunkies.com. I love driving, but sometimes I wish I could just burn around muddy roads and get filthy. The problem is I'm not going to do that in my Cavalier. I'd like to do it in something like this. And Andy's here from the Western Rally Centre to take me through what I need to do. Now Andy, it looks like a lot of fun. How did you first get started in rally driving?
My good friend and colleague that I run the rally centre with, we used to work together years ago. We lost contact when we got back together again. He was rally driving. Well, that's how I started. We got into it a couple of years before that through a rally school.
Okay, you've got the car here. What modifications are needed to stop it from, well, braking and safety features as well?
Yeah, basic modifications. Obviously, from a safety point of view, you've got bucket seats, which are static fixed with harnesses, roll cage, fire extinguisher equipment, which you can see from the back of the car if you look in.
Oh right, okay. What about on the, behind the tyres? You must have some like the suspension modified.
Yep, all the things like suspension, drive shafts, stuff like that, it's all uprated. You've got competition brakes and pads on as well, which will outperform a road car by a long way.
Right, there's a lot of modifications there. How much did this car cost to modify?
With the original price and what we've paid on it, probably about 13,000 so far.
£13,000. Yeah, now, I haven't got £13,000 and I'm sure a lot of people out there don't have £13,000. If I wanted just a taster of it, what would I need to do? Are there any schools I could go to?
Absolutely,
probably
yeah.
Yourselves, in fact.
Yeah, in fact, Western Rally Centre, which is based at Dunkeswell Airfield just outside of Honerton, which is just up the road from Exeter.
Well, it certainly seems enjoyable. Do you mind if I have a go now?
Sure, we'll take you out
You're
for
going
a
to take
flash
me
round.
for a spin, though, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Let's off-road! Well, that was fantastic. Thanks, Andy.
That's all right.
If you want to experience that, then here's the info you'll need. Woo! Burning around in a rally car isn't cheap. Expect to pay around £125 for half a day's tuition and £285 for a full day. For more info, check out these websites. Star Fox Adventures has been a long time coming. Originally called Dinosaur Planet and destined for the N64, it was delayed for eons until finally falling by the wayside as Nintendo's 64-bit console drew its last breath. Now the GameCube's here, and Dinosaur Planet's finally found Earth's orbit, with a name change and a major Nintendo character leading the fray. 8 years on after the defeat of Andros, Fox McCloud and friends discover a beautiful prehistoric planet ruled by a sinister tyrant known as General Scales. You take control of the Star Fox team as they endeavour to free the natives from Scales' evil dictatorship and restore peace to the primal paradise. The action takes place in vast 3D environments full of flora and fauna, where you have to solve puzzles and fend off foes. Unfortunately, puzzles don't seem to be more than collecting items to use elsewhere, or find a key to open a door, but the slick presentation and fun storyline means you don't mind completing these menial tasks in order to make progress.
20 scarabs, and I'll give you a cheap token.
Whilst walking with dinosaurs, Fox has a mystical staff that he can use not only to bash baddies round the head, but also cast a variety of magical spells to open doors, create earthquakes and leap great heights. He's also handy with his fists and feet, and combat is made user-friendly thanks to a lock-on system that keeps your enemies in the line of fire. Fox also has a dino sidekick called Tricky, who can be commanded to dig, distract enemies or guard areas. In fact, learning to use Tricky is the key to finding the game's many secrets and can be vital to make headway. As well as exploring by foot, Star Fox Adventures includes sub-games such as racing evil lizards on snow bikes, riding on the back of a snowhorn, and of course, classic levels of exciting action in McCloud's trusty R-Wing fighter. Piloting the fighter requires you to avoid obstacles such as walls and asteroids, whilst targeting other craft and avoiding enemy fire. Pretty standard stuff, but these levels look fantastic and are blisteringly quick, integrating well with the rest of the gameplay. As with all Rare games, the graphics are a visual treat. Water shimmers, coloured lights reflect off all surfaces, objects blur depending where they are in the environment, and facial animations portray emotions. Fox's fur has also been rendered to great detail, and the switch into cutscenes from gameplay flows seamlessly with the action. The audio, however, is inconsistent. Voice acting can be great at times, but can be let down by the occasional bad Scottish or even West Country accent. And the music at times sounds like bad 80s electropop.
Lovely, sweetie.
A common issue with games of this ilk is the camera. A lot of games can be ruined by bad camera design, but thankfully, Rare have got it spot on with only the occasional blip to ruin carefully timed jumps and runs. A handy press of the L button centres the camera, but most of the time it does a good job of keeping up with the action and second guessing what you, rather than what it wants you to see. Star Fox Adventures is a huge game that will keep you busy for quite some time. It's a perfect mix of action, adventure, strategy and puzzle solving that plays similar to Zelda Ocarina of Time. The perfect transitions between adventure and storytelling cutscenes is exemplary. If you like Miyamoto's N64 classic but prefer spaceships and, foxes to elves and wizardry, then this one's definitely worth dishing out your dosh for. Ubisoft's recent attempts at Batman games certainly won't win any awards, but Batman Dark Tomorrow, published by Kemco, aims to raise the stakes and give the superhero the game he deserves. This title is heavily influenced by the DC comic books, with the look, storyline and character design of this unique series. So true, in fact, that Kemco had to constantly get approval from DC Comics throughout the game's development. This is the best looking Batman game to date. The FMV sequences are suitably gothic, with Batman skulking in the shadows, talking to contacts, or getting ready to give baddies a good beating, and the music score was performed by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, which brings a dramatic and powerful tension to the mix. Within the game itself, Batman must navigate his way through 30 challenging levels, including Gotham City, Arkham Asylum and Gotham Dock. Gameplay features a mix of puzzle solving, hand-to-hand combat, stealth and trap evasion. To complete missions, Batman uses all the tools of his utility belt to sneak and fight his way through the varied levels. Batarangs can be used to deliver a swift blow to the head or to rupture nearby barrels of gas with explosive results. He can also use his trusty bat grapple and bat cable to scale walls and rappel down them, as well as swing from ledge to ledge. Batman's cape looks especially impressive. The developers had to get this right or the whole game would look wrong. Fortunately, it looks like time programming this feature was well spent, and the cape ripples and folds to react with Batman's every action. The only thing that could get in the way of this being the first truly playable Batman game is the camera. They've decided to go for fixed viewpoints, which can lead to confusion about which way to push the controller and inevitably a frustrating death. If the camera can be made more user-friendly before it hits the masses, then Batman may have had justice done to him for once.
I'm sure you'll be able to handle this.
I'm going up against Ra's al Ghul, the Demon's Head. The man has lived for over 600 years, spurred on entirely by his quest to remake the world in his own image. I never know if I'm going to walk away from an encounter with him.
Okay. I'm transmitting the coordinates to the rest of the team now. Hey! Your signal is breaking up.
Ra's no doubt has a jamming system in place. I won't be able to contact you for a while. Once I'm inside the castle, I'll try to disable their communication systems. If I can do that, I'll call you.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks. I'll need it.
Don, we've not heard anything from our people in there.
Al, I know my Lucy is alive in there.
John McClane, probably the unluckiest cop in the world, is back in this brand new original adventure for the GameCube. He's back working the streets of LA when, would you believe it, his past catches up with him, resulting in a lot of gunfire, but also stealth and tactics. What Die Hard does well is create a living, breathing game world to interact with. Non-playable characters all go about their business and deliver different lines of dialogue when spoken to.
Okay, you're the boss.
Shut up! Now, do I kill you or let you live? Dead or alive?
Oh God, please! I have a wife.
The control system has been designed with McClane's love for action in mind. He can jump, crouch, climb, swing on ropes, go prone, and even hold people at gunpoint.
Do as he says.
A nice touch is the addition of Hero Time. It's a device that's been borrowed from Max Payne. Protecting the innocent and rescuing hostages builds up your hero time, which can be used to slow down the game environment Matrix style, whilst you still move in normal time. The result is the ability to take out a room full of bad guys before they've even had time to get a shot in. Graphically, the game doesn't scrub up too well. It's not that the game looks terrible, it's just that games such as Turok Evolution and Time Splitters 2 look so much better. However, it seems the developers were concentrating on the content of the game world and a convincing environment to interact with, and it's these elements that excel. Unfortunately, there's no multiplayer mode, which means that once played through to the end, it's unlikely that anyone but a die-hard fan will come back to it. Still, the single-player mode is packed with action, stealth and novel set pieces. Get this game, and you certainly won't be disappointed.
Hey, what time do you get off, like, work?
Following the success of the first two Broken Sword titles, George Stobart and friends are back in a third game of the series, The Sleeping Dragon. In a move that follows what LucasArts did with adventure games Grim Fandango and Monkey Island, the game was dispensed with the 2D point-and-click interface and is now in full 3D. This next generation look will not only make the game look better than before, but also add a new style of play. The story is written as a dark crime thriller with a look and feel of a Hollywood action film in which the player gets to explore a world full of exotic locations. And because it's now in 3D, combat now features alongside more traditional puzzle-solving elements. Along the way, players will meet old friends and new enemies, and of course, there's the supernatural element that ensured the popularity of the first two games. Fans will have to wait though, because it's not scheduled to arrive for another year. We'll keep you posted. The original Time Splitters was released as a launch title for the PlayStation 2, and it was fair to say the game was great fun in multiplayer, but lacked that certain X factor in single player. Time Splitters 2 has been developed by the same team that made the original GoldenEye for the N64. This time, with no launch deadline and a more powerful console to work with, they've improved on the original in every way. Gone are the simple mission objectives of retrieving an artifact then getting the hell out of there as evil Time Splitters teleporting around you. In their place lie missions with several varied objectives across different times and places ranging from the Wild West to Notre Dame. If you're one of many who played GoldenEye to death, you'll soon get accustomed to the extremely similar game style and feel. Aiming the crosshair with the analog stick feels as natural as the N64 classic, and we're sure we've heard a lot of the sound effects before too. And that's no complaint, they're as smooth and polished as the rest of the game. One thing that keeps Time Splitters 2 fresh is the many varied characters and scenarios the game offers. One level you may be shooting it out in a dusty saloon in an 1850s spaghetti western, the next you're in the Cold War countries of 1960. Your enemies also have their own unique personalities. Some may run at you, some may hold their ground, we even had one jumping and rolling around whilst returning fire. He didn't last long though. Of course, the mutated Time Splitters make an appearance too, as the hordes of zombies in the Siberia mission. Usually when you least expect it, you're suddenly surrounded by the ugly beggars. Still, nothing an accurate shot to the head won't sort out, but nonetheless, it certainly gets your pulse going. Being released a couple of years after the original, the graphics have had a good bit of spit and polish. Characters now have more than twice the amount of polygons and are even modelled down to their teeth. The animation system has been completely rewritten with inverse kinematics, which basically means more fluid movement from all the characters. One impressive feature is air distortion from heat sources. Fire the flamethrower, and the effect is amazing. Multiplayer is still as frantic as ever. Play against up to 3 other human opponents split screen, or a number of computer controlled bots in deathmatch, capture the bag, escort and last stand modes. It's this play mode that will keep you coming back for more once you finish the single player mode, but that will take a while in itself if you try the varying different objectives at different difficulty levels. Once you've exhausted the multiplayer levels, you can use Free Radical's level editor, where there's even more freedom to create and customise your own arenas to do battle in. Time Splitters 2 is perhaps one of the best first-person shooters on a console since GoldenEye. If you're still nostalgic about Bond's N64 classic, then get this game now. Your wait is over.
I thought this had your stench all over it, cow.
The award-winning PC game Ghost Recon is coming to the Cube, and it's looking great thanks to a number of tweaks, fixes, and extra modes since its initial release a year ago. You lead a team of 6 elite Special Forces soldiers through realistic battlefields of the near future in a bid to keep the peace. Using the latest covert technology, you and your team of Green Berets must slip in silently, get the job done, and leave without a trace. Careful pre-planning is the order of the day here to make sure everything runs like clockwork. It is possible to shoot your way out, but you'll only be making it hard on yourself. The 2 teams of 3 are fully controllable and specialists in different areas of the field. Snipers, demolition experts, riflemen and infantry form just some of the elite. This console adaptation is much more than just a simple port from the PC. The game features the 15 levels from the original game, and depending on if you feel like a gunfight, you can choose to play these in either recon or firefight mode. Other tweaks include a slight overhaul of the graphics, with the addition of fog to add atmosphere and conceal bad guys in waiting, and a redesign of the threat meter, which improves awareness of your position in relation to friends and foes. One of the strengths of the PC game was its online play. Unfortunately, there's no such feature for the unconnected Cube, but split screen play is included, so you can see the grimace on your mate's face as you fill in with hot lead. This is the first Tom Clancy game to appear on the GameCube, and if it's well received by joypad purists, we're sure it'll open up the floodgates for many more. Based on the film of the same name, Reign of Fire is a unique idea. You play through this 3D blaster as humans battling the fire-spewing dragons from above, and when you're done with playing the good guys, you can unlock the dragons and play the whole game through their perspective. This game is mostly based on action, with a little bit of strategy thrown in for good measure. The year is 2084. Dragons have grown into the dominant species and like nothing more than barbecued man meat. Playing as the humans, you've got to gather together your troops to defeat these monsters and take yourself out of the food chain. Levels are many and varied. Sometimes you find yourself defending outposts from the fiery fiends, other times you're out in the battlefield causing carnage, or rescuing the less fortunate from burning buildings by spraying them with large amounts of the wet stuff. Action takes place on foot and in vehicles across the vast terrain. Your choice of wheels include buggies, jeeps, tanks, a 4x4 fire truck, and later on you take to the skies in a biplane. When playing as the Dragon, you begin life as an infant and get bigger and stronger as you feed on people and burn buildings. Most objects are destructible and combustible, and it's great fun torching the joint. Reign of Fire has the potential to be more than just another in a long list of wasted movie licenses. The idea of playing both the humans and the dragons from different perspectives will certainly prolong the game's play life. Unfortunately, at the moment there's no plans for a multiplayer option. If it stays this way, it will be a missed opportunity, because we think it would provide an attractive proposition and a lot of fun with your mates. Boxing games have come and gone, but strangely enough, until now, no one's made a boxing game about the most famous fictitious boxer of all time, Rocky. This arcade game is based on the Rocky movie anthology, so expect to be fighting and playing characters such as Apollo Creed, Clubber Lang, Ivan Drago, Tommy Gunn, and of course, Rocky himself. The title screen presents you with the famous Rocky soundtrack, and from here you can select tournament, single play or multiplayer modes. To begin with, your selection of fighters is limited, but as you progress through the game, vanquished opponents are added as playable characters. Movie mode sees you playing through the films, fighting all the right people in all the right places. You also have to train to improve your game, and very well produced cutscenes tell the parts of the story that don't feature gloves hitting cheeks. In the ring, fighting includes the standard uppercuts and jabs to the face and body, and the ability to dodge and guard. It's also possible to pull off a super punch, which is most effective when your opponent is dazed. The shoulder buttons offer blocks and alternative punches, the A and B buttons right and left body blows, with X and Y going for the head. The analog stick affects how you throw the blows, with all sorts of combos possible. Taunting opponents mid-fight does more than provide a little humour. It also ups your health and power meters, but leaves you open to a smack round the chops. The characters are all superbly detailed and instantly recognisable from their film counterparts. Fighters also have their own unique style and weaknesses. Ernie Roman, for example, has a cheek like a concrete pillar, but doesn't take too kindly to a few punches to the stomach. It's not always advisable to go for quick knockouts. It's important to choose the right moment to land a flurry of blows to avoid getting tired and becoming a sitting duck. Just like Rocky's character, the game isn't without its flaws. Judges seem to give similar scores at the end of rounds, and the ref stops counting when the flawed boxer decides to get up, instead of when he's actually on his feet. As we can see here, this boxer should have been out for the count. Rocky's presentation is second to none. It oozes with atmosphere, realism and versatility, and is definitely one of the most fluid boxing games ever.
My wife was home. Yo, Adrian!
Ace Golf follows the ethos of Mario Golf by grouping together a load of colourful characters and letting them swing away on a variety of fairways over 6 fun and challenging courses. The game features 4 modes of play for 1 to 4 players, including tournament, stroke, match and short course. There are 14 characters to choose from, ranging from leather-clad bikers to old-timers, and up to 6 caddies ready to offer encouragement and advice on which club to use and when. It may look like kid stuff, but the intuitive controls allow you to fine-tune your swing. The club's power and accuracy are all set using one smooth action of the C-stick. As with the real thing, practice makes perfect. Once you've mastered your shot, the game can be made more difficult by turning on strong winds and rain and turning off distance gauges. And if you pull off a once-in-a-lifetime shot, you can save it to your memory card and show off to all your friends. Until Mario Golf makes it to the GameCube's 19th hole, Ace Golf will do very nicely. Hot Wheels is based on the toys of the same name and features all the cars, insane stunts and huge loops associated with them. Looking at the game, it's plainly obvious it's aimed at children, but that doesn't mean that people who are actually old enough to drive won't enjoy it too. There's over 35 Hot Wheels cars to unlock and race over 5 huge levels, as well as 12 offensive and defensive power-ups. Collectibles include laser cannons, explosive barrels, razor-sharp tyres and shields. Because the game's set in a completely fictitious world, races involve driving up walls, over stunt ramps and through destructible objects. In story mode, there are missions to be carried out before the timer reaches 0. Challenges range from disarming bombs to fighting end-of-scene boss cars. As you progress through the game, new cars and power-ups are unlocked, which makes you faster and stronger. The drag races and battles are a lot more hectic. Battle mode places you and other opponents in an arena full of pitfalls and power-ups. Your goal is to get them before they get you. Think Destruction Derby with guns and bombs and you've got the idea. Hot Wheels Velocity X certainly provides a fresh mix of racing and combat. The version we played is far from finished, but we feel that once the handling of the cars is tweaked, the mission-based and high-end concept cars will keep kids and big kids alike entertained. We've managed to get our mitts on new footage of Resident Evil Zero from Capcom at the Tokyo Game Show, and here's what they've got to show us. The storyline for this prequel begins in 1998 in the suburbs of Raccoon City. Reports of people being eaten by a disgusting creature have surfaced, and the local police department sends a special task force to investigate. When the group, dubbed Bravo Team, crashes its helicopter in a dark and deserted forest, only a few members survive, 2 of them being playable characters Rebecca Chambers and ex-Navy SEAL Billy Cohen. As you can see, the graphics are looking just as great as the remake of the original Resident Evil out in September, but this game features new playable characters and the ability to switch between characters at will in order to work as a team. Objects can also be dropped on the floor, instead of being deposited in difficult to hunt out chests. It's up to you to fight your way through indoor and outdoor locations, including a train, in order to survive. You can expect this first original Resident Evil title for the Cube to hit the shelves early next year. In the new droid army, you step into the cloak of Anakin Skywalker as you use your trusty lightsaber and the power of the Force to stop Count Dooku from creating a new army of robotic soldiers. Anakin travels from dusty Tatooine to the depths of space to do battle against Dooku and his evil minions, and as he progresses through the game, his Force ability and saber skills increase with each conquest. This game really gets the feel of the Star Wars universe across to the player. Right from the moment the yellow scrolling text appears at the bottom of the screen and the legendary John Williams title music begins, you know you're going to enjoy this game. The music and sound effects are spot on. Although the Advantage speakers are tiny, the musical score and the sound of swooshing lightsabers, bleeping R2 droids and screaming Tusken Raiders come directly from the films. The action takes place from an isometric top-down perspective and involves exploration, puzzle solving, talking to other characters and of course plenty of Jedi combat. It's possible to pull off a number of special combos as Anakin leads his foes a merry dance whilst turning them into bantha fodder. And if you're faced with lasers speeding towards your face, you can even block them and send them back to where they came from using your trusty stick of light. And of course, a Jedi also has the Force, and speed, jump, push and invisibility are all part of his repertoire. These can be used in combat and must also be used to progress through the many challenging levels. Play with a friend using multi-link, and it's time for one-on-one lightsaber duels in dynamic battle arenas. The new droid army looks like it's going to be a must for Star Wars fans with an advance. The presentation is fantastic and levels are varied and challenging. Just remember to turn off your lightsaber before putting it in your pocket. The Lost Age begins where the original Golden Sun left off. After the climactic ending, which resulted in a lighthouse being torched during a fierce battle, lead character Isaac and his team of skilled adventurers regroup to prevent the destruction of the world. The original was fantastic with its plot twists and turns and fierce battles with a variety of beasts and monsters, and it looks like this title will deliver more of the same. As with any role-playing game, you meet and join up with characters on your journey, each having their own unique abilities that will help when it comes to fighting battles and problem solving. The Lost Age promises a far more expansive storyline and more action outside of the great-looking battle sequences. We can't wait to get our hands on the full version of the game early next year. Previous adventures for Lara on the Game Boy Advance have seen her in 2D side-scrolling form, along the lines of Prince of Persia or Flashback. Tomb Raider: The Prophecy uses a new pseudo 3D engine that adds depth to the game environment, so not only can Lara go left and right, up and down, she can also move away from and towards the player. Lara, being the athletic character she is, also has a number of moves that help her negotiate the rough terrain. Running and jumping are standard, but she can also climb cliffs, hang from ledges and shimmy along them. The graphics will take a bit of getting used to. Initially it's difficult to see where the edges of cliffs are, so falling to your doom or missing places to climb is common, but after a while you know what to look out for and these mistakes become less frequent. The enemies are all sprite rendered, but the 2D characters have hundreds of frames of animation which help to make them move fluidly. Another helpful technique is the scrolling camera. When a door's unlocked, the camera moves to show you where you should be heading, which prevents wandering around the similar landscapes all lost and frustrated. Prophecy is the first title to successfully bring Lara's adventures to the Advance. If you still want more of her, even on the move, then this game is for you. Hot Wheels Velocity X brings the collectible toys of the same name to the Game Boy Advance, but don't expect a 3D racer akin to Mario Kart. This one offers a bird's eye view of the action and in some ways gives the player a better idea of where they are in the game world. The game offers a variety of gameplay modes. The one you'll be playing first is the story mode, where you race through 5 scenarios to complete 25 missions. As you race around the track, be prepared for tight corners, dead ends, power-ups and the Hot Wheels trademark, loop-the-loops which send you spinning around the track at high speed. And it's not as simple as just getting pole position. Other missions include a game bug other cars and get away before the fuse burns down, and missions where you have to collect explosive fuel without taking any knocks from other traffic on the road. Also be prepared to shoot other cars until they explode to get them out of the way, and to dodge a few fireballs yourself as you hurtle around the track. When you finish story mode, there's arcade racing to try with the cars you've collected along the way, and of course multiplayer, which really extends the life of the game. Played with a link cable, you can drag race, battle with others in an arena, or take the Hot Wheels Stunt Challenge. The graphics are suitably colourful, which keeps the game true to the toy licence, and the car sounds are adequate considering the Advance's tiny speakers. However, the repetitive music could annoy some. It certainly did us. Another minor gripe is that the beginning levels of the game could be a little faster considering its title Velocity X, but it still provides a challenge and remains a fun racing title for the Game Boy Advance.
Take your gaming to new levels of fun and excitement with the ultimate cheat device for Nintendo GameCube, Action Replay. Action Replay is the all-in-one gaming solution, giving you the power to bust open even the toughest games. Action Replay is crammed full of incredible features to enhance your gaming, including hundreds of GameCube codes. Beat virtually every GameCube game. Built-in powerful import player means you can play GameCube games from any region in the world. Fully updatable with new codes for all the latest games. Virtual keyboard. Enter new game codes using Action Replay's virtual on-screen keyboard. All these fantastic features make Action Replay the most powerful cheat device ever. No more tedious walkthroughs, no more complex button combinations. Simply choose your game from Action Replay's on-screen menu, select the cheat codes you need, then load up your game and take total control of the action. Even the odds with infinite health, ammo and time, unlock secret levels and characters. They're all just a button press away. Action Replay comes packed with hundreds of codes for virtually every GameCube game, with the storage capacity for thousands more. Action Replay can easily be updated with new codes, so it's never out of date. Daytel's hard-working code creators work round the clock to bring you new codes for the latest GameCube games as soon as they're released. Visit www.codejunkies.com, the 100% official one-stop source for Action Replay codes. Or call the Code Junkies hotline. Lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Alternatively, get your hands on GeForce Magazine every month, where you'll find the biggest selection of Action Replay codes in print. Action Replay is the essential gaming device for your GameCube. Prepare to unleash the power. Action Replay is available soon from all good video gaming retailers, or order online from www.codejunkies.com.
we've managed to get hold of an e-reader for the Game Boy Advance, and we thought we'd give you a quick demo of how it works. Now, it's a rather lightweight, if not top-heavy piece of equipment, and it plugs into your Game Boy Advance like so. Not much use on its own, but get yourself one of these packs that resemble bubblegum cards and you're in business. In these packs comes special information that you can scan into your e-reader. Now, some of these contain classic Nintendo Game & Watch games, others contain information that you can use with your Game Boy Advance or even your GameCube. This one contains information for Donkey Kong Jr. Now, inside we've got 5 cards, each with a scan line at the bottom and the top. Each one needs to be scanned, so that's a total of 10 scans, so you're going to have to bear with me. All you have to do is scan this through the reader, and it reads it, and as you can see, it's read the first line, and then the second, and with a bit of televisual magic, the 10th. And there we have Donkey Kong Jr. Other cards so far contain information for Excite Bike, Balloon Flight, Tennis and Pinball, and this one contains information for Manhole. It only needs 2 scans, and as you can see, you get this rather classic old school game. The e-reader also adds an extra dimension to fans of Pokemon, with a Pokedex information and mini-games available at the swipe of a card. These 3 cards contain information for the Rock Pokemon Machop, and when they're scanned in, you get a mini-game where you have to smash boulders and avoid them. We think the e-reader itself should set you back around £30, and here's a good bit, the cards themselves should retail about £1 or £2 a pack. Now, whether they catch on here in the UK is yet to be seen, but seeing the cards are so cheap and provide some throwaway fun, it should provide a welcome distraction on the move. Daytel's hard-working programmers have been working round the clock to bring you brand new Action Replay codes for Star Fox Adventures. Simply insert the Action Replay disc and dongle before your game disc and enter codes to activate fantastic new features. Codes include infinite bomb spores. Now you'll be able to access secret areas and progress through the game without hunting for spores and harvesting them. Infinite scarabs. Now you can buy anything from the shop without having to save up.
This much. Okay, I'll sell it to you.
All moves. Now you can use all the magic abilities of your staff, as well as disguise yourself as a Sharp Claw. Mini McCloud. Now Fox McCloud is tiny. To get codes for this game and many others, information about how Action Replay can enhance your gaming, and the ability to order online, visit www.codejunkies.com.
BMX riding is incredibly dangerous. I've had plenty of injuries. Broke my hip, like fingers, knuckle joints. BMX just gave me the outlet to cut loose, really. We're going in a new direction, nobody's done this before, so just hold tight and check it out, because it's going to be the best BMX game ever. My name's Zach Shaw, and I'll describe what I do as pretty much cutting loose on a bike. Sean Scarf. Just ride BMX because I enjoy it, that's the main drive. There is a type of person that gets into BMXing. But those that aren't that type of person often become a little bit wilder than they were before they got involved.
It looks good on your CV, huh? Drink.
It's Triple X all the way. It's like full bore. You get on a BMX bike, you can do what the hell you want. The deconstruction tour we went on recently, it's basically you do 10 countries in 14 days. You get on a bus and you're on that bus for 2.5 weeks going around Europe. And you know, the gigs usually finish about 1 in the morning, and then you start driving, and then that's when the party starts. And people generally go crazy on that tour. You know, every year somebody gets deconstructed. You know, and one of the skaters this year lost it completely. Had to send him home to go and chill out in a mental institution for 2 weeks. The new game's perfect for that, you know, because we need to change direction, you know, and really show you what it's like and what type of lifestyles some of us do lead. The guys who actually have built the sport, you know, this is geared towards them. The people who actually earn the money, they go out, they do these things. That's 18 to 30-year-old age group. This is the third game that Acclaim have brought out in their BMX series. The first two, the best-selling games the BMX industry have had or Acclaim have had, and the third one is going to outstrip that. The new game does include Vert, Flatland, Park Street, and so it's got everything in it. It's got a new game engine, so the game just flows now. You can create your own parks, you can create your own riders. If you're into the village people, you know, get loose, get him in leather, you know, give him a hairy chest, whatever. Create your own rider, you know, you can just go mad. This game has got everything. I know some of the riders who have played the video games and then gone to a contest and then tried some of the tricks they've seen in the video games, so they actually didn't think of that link and they put it in part of their run. So yeah, the link between the game and riding progression, there's definitely a strong link. In the game, when you're fed up grinding around doing tricks, you can go and collect the coins, go to the Scores strip bar and check out some ladies stripping off. But the more you hang out on the streets and get more coins, the more clothes you're going to see come off when you get to Scores. So, like, you know, really, you got to search everything in the streets to get as many coins as you can. Like when I go over to the States and go and have parties, you go straight out to a strip bar. You know, that's what you do. This is a computer game, you know, it shouldn't be any different. Why should we be any different from a computer game? During the missions, you bump into people on the street, like who've got pretty coarse language, you know, you just bump into characters and they're pretty funny.
Hot salty here.
It's people messed up on drugs, you know, just hookers, just the general people that you would find on the street if you had a ride around London, really. And that's what you'll find in this game, real life. Everybody's been waiting for this type of game to break through in the market. We're going to give them what they want finally, which is an X-rated game. It's been too long in making this, and I'm quite excited.
Woko Tashkov Jojuk. Aktewa Jimokia Yuriko Midko Kutsato Neokea Dukam. Nai Ula Keo Uhu. Keo Jad at Wuktudwo. Moshiko!
Kiagachki Okrozoa Palace. Avowe, we are Jato. Rolo Suvik. Kiaka Kio. Tajweeds met Joshut Kuso.
suo, af musekov kushkeo o e ruho, roto ke rosemo ash mushko. Roveo ki o shiku frusemshe o e ens, o e mich kut kei juvukat sok ki hei o e kuts. Vekenak suk, u tu jelo ruka o juduk.
It 60 scarabs to enter Cape Claw.
Show me 20 scarabs, and I'll give you a cheap token.
Tricky, are you crazy? Just leave the sharp claws to me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Scarabs, and I'll give you a cheap token.
Put that down! You don't have enough scarabs!
Thank you for releasing me. If you're heading down into the mine, then please look out for Belina Tay, the gatekeeper's daughter. She didn't mean to get us into this mess by telling Scales about the Spellstone. She did what she thought was right. Please help her.
Okay, lady. I'll keep a lookout for her.
This might be of use to you. I found it while I was working. It looked important, so I hid it from the Sharp Claws.
I feel much better now. Get on my back. Let's smash those gates.
Thanks to the guys at Vivendi Universal Interactive, we've got a GameCube with 4 official Nintendo controllers and a copy of Bomberman Generation to give away, with 4 lucky winners taking home a copy of the game. To stand a chance of winning, just answer this simple question. Which of the following substances would be used to make a bomb? Is it A, chocolate buttons, B, marzipan, or C, TNT? When you think you know the answer, call our competition hotline on 09064 774478 and leave your answer, name and address. Calls cost 60p a minute, so do get the bill payer's permission first, and lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lines close at midnight on the 3rd of December 2002. Good luck. Thanks to the guys at THQ, we've got a Game Boy Advance, a copy of the game Star Wars Episode 2 The New Droid Army to play on it, and a copy of Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones on DVD to give away. 5 runners-up will each get a copy of the game and a DVD. To stand the chance of winning, just answer the following easy question. What is the traditional weapon of a Jedi? Is it A, an Uzi 9mm, B, a Magnum, or C, a lightsaber? When you think you know, call us on 09064 774480 and leave your answer, name and address. Calls cost 60p a minute, so do get the bill payer's permission first, and lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lines close at midnight on the 3rd of December 2002. May the Force be with you.